Evening, gang. It's Sunday, the 27th of October 2019. Welcome along to tonight's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you live from the Mirrorball studio here in Bracknell, Royal Berkshire, boys and girls. The bingo will be at 8 o'clock, as promised. I told you I'd try and schedule it. We've got a bit of a half an hour chat before we start the bingo this evening, boys and girls. If you're with us brand new, a very, very good evening to you. I'm afraid you're too late to join in tonight's bingo. You must register before Sunday for us to be able to put you into the system and everything. All right, boys and girls. But you can always play next week's one if you want to. Just send us your email and I add you into the system, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All you've got to do is email me in your email and say bingo, please, and I'll add you in for next week's. Okay? Tickets went out about 20 minutes ago. About 50 minutes ago now, boys and girls. You should now have your bingo tickets. All 48 tickets went out this evening, okay? And the prize for the bingo is one of these, boys and girls. Check these out. Yes, this is the bingo prize. Only 9 left. The countdown has begun. Hang on a minute. How many weeks to Christmas? Is it 9 weeks to Christmas? Hang on a minute. That could well take us through until Christmas. Let's have a look. What's today? 27. British summertime ends. Did you turn your clock back? Well done. So how many we got? So that's today. 1. Hang on a minute. Let me just work this out. There's 1 missing. 2, 3. Then I'm away. 4. Oh no, there's more than that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, just about takes us through to New Year's. Okay. I wonder who will get the only hat of 2020. Talking of Christmas, I've been very busy this afternoon. I have created our Christmas opening film. I'm very pleased, and it will bring a tear to your glass eyes, possibly, when you see it. Okay, that'll be run sort of around the Christmas period, about a week before, coming up to Christmas, and for the 12 days of Christmas. Is it 12 days? Yes, the 12 days of Christmas afterwards, we'll run that little Christmas opening video, which I think you'll like. It may well bring a little tear to your eye. I'm really pleased with what I've achieved this afternoon, so that's it. All right, okay, let's read some of your messages. A very good evening to Jason Hughes. Evening, Jason. Tommy Flynn there. Tommy would have won the bingo last week, actually, had he only have been here. But he wasn't there. Remember, you've got to be with us live to win the bingo, boys and girls. You must be with us live, okay? Jason Hughes, sorry, I said hello to you. JJ's Motors, greetings to you. Greetings, JJ. All ready for the bingo? I think it's you going to go on the calendar, isn't it? People keep sending... are you sending naked shots in? I hope you're not sending naked shots in to my brother-in-law. He's not that way inclined. Send them to me. So hello to JJ's Motors. Evening, Diane Jeb. Good evening, Diane. Lovely lady. William Weir is in Scotland this evening. Good evening, William. I've got a caravan up north, not as far as Scotland, in Lincolnshire, as you well know, where I do my shows during the week from. I was just checking the temperature of it. I can check the temperature of it from down here because I've got like a heating come air conditioning unit in there, which works really well. And I can check the temperature. And last night was 5 degrees. Oh, dear me. No, I would have had that heating on last night, I tell you. Evening, William. Welcome to the show. Hello to Mick Davenport. Good evening. He's got his bingo ticket there. Simon Gilman. Good evening to you. Evening. Shania is in the house. Good evening, Shania. F1 or Chris Reardon, hard choice. Well, you can have. Well, I mean, you could have. Have you got like some other way of watching a different screen? You could just have me on as sort of audio because you don't really need. Well, mind you, I say that. You don't need the commentary. I have to tell you, on the occasions where I've done karaoke in a bar that shows football. Right, 2 in particular. Belushi's in Hammersmith. This is going back about 10 years now. Belushi's in London Bridge. Come karaoke time, say 10 o'clock, whatever that was, they would turn the sound down and try and start the karaoke. But the blokes weren't having it. No, they had to have the sound on as well. The commentary as well. Just having the pictures on was never enough. Which is a bit odd. I suppose that would be like me trying to watch the Eurovision Song Contest without the music, wouldn't it? But mind you, not necessarily a bad thing listening to some of those tunes. What was that absolutely ghastly song won by Israel, wasn't it? The big girl, what's her name? Oh, Toy. Was it Toy? Or that might have been the title of the song. It was absolutely awful. And it won. It won. So it's not about the music. I don't know why they voted for that. Blooming song was awful. My favourite Israeli entry, actually, years ago was called Light a Candle by Sarid Hajjad, I think it was called. Light a candle. I'm just going to sing for you now. Light a candle with me. 1,000 candles in the dark will open our hearts. It's just a little treat, an extra treat for you this morning or this evening. For those that enjoy my singing, I enjoy my singing. Therefore, I should think that you do as well. Thank you very much. Okay. Hello to Nick Mason. Good evening, Nick. Shania's looking forward to the bingo. Excellent, Shania. Tony King in the house. Good evening to Adam LaPlama. Evening. Fran is there. Hello, Fran. Fun things to do with tech. Gareth Loxton is there. Wonder Woman. Rachel's there. She's got a ticket. Everyone should have their ticket now. Park Nest is in Yorkshire. Da, 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 da. Good evening, Park Nest. Actually, I should have all these little jingles lined up, really. I've got a jingle player. I could put them all on there. And as I see people or little things what require the little jingle to come on, I just hit a button and they come on. That would be an excellent idea. JJ hasn't heard yet about the calendar. Oh, so you are doing. I thought it was you. Yes. Good evening to Mr. Eric Wiltshire. Isn't Restream fab? Yes, Eric. Have you only just joined here? I've been on it for years. Years, although at the moment I'm trying to direct everyone onto the YouTube channel. It's easier to have all the messages come together. It's I don't know if you know, Eric. You know you can have that message. What's that called? Message relay, so that you can look at the messages on YouTube, and anything that comes on Facebook should come onto YouTube as well. They relay the message, but it doesn't always work very well. You don't get all the messages. I've noticed that. Don't know why that is, Eric. But greetings, Eric Wiltshire. I have to tell you, runs a radio station in Slovakia. And I was over there, my God, it must be about 12 years ago now, Eric, in that lovely hotel. Oh, I stayed at this hotel in a place called Poprad in... just a minute. I've just noticed that. Someone will notice that. There you go. All right. There you go. Just straighten that up before someone moans. Oh, the clock isn't straight. Yeah. This hotel in Slovakia, I can't remember what it was called now, but it was owned by the owner of the radio station. And it's got outside, and it was freezing cold. I can't remember, was it snowing? There might have been snow down there, I can't remember. But anyway, you go outside, and it's all heated by this lava, I think, volcanic stuff. I don't know how it works, you know. And you'd get in this water, oh my God. And it was full of people, I kept trying to have conversations, but they wouldn't talk to me in English. I don't know why that was. Very rude. Lovely place. Really nice to go outside. I did a similar thing, actually, when I was doing a DJing job in France. Again, some years ago, 12, 15 years ago now. And this was in a place called Les Alpes de Huez. Les Alpes de Huez. Now, I wasn't very good at skiing, okay? I only ever did skiing once. Not doing it again. I did manage to get down this amateur little slope, which was like that. Seriously, it was like that, just for learners. And I managed to get from one end to the other without falling over. And then I thought, no, this isn't for me. And I stopped. But while I was out there, I got all fed and put up in a nice little room and on my own. And there was this swimming pool there. We went down to this outdoor swimming pool. So you imagine how cold it is. Everything's surrounded by snow. Snow on the ground, you know, this thick. Got it at last. I've been waiting to get that gnat for days now. Good. Bye, gnats. And there was a swimming pool, an outdoor swimming pool. So you go in this little hut and get changed. No heating in there. Oh, my God, it's freezing. You take your clothes off and you freeze. Like, oh, and you get in the water and it's lovely. Oh, the only thing is, anything that's sticking out of the water, for example, heads, a lot of us with no hair, right? Heads was really cold, so I had to keep dunking in the water like that. Worse than getting in, of course, was getting out, because you'd been sitting in this lovely hot water, was a little bit too hot. It was actually a little bit too hot. We come out the swimming pool and then absolutely froze our little bits off, or large bits, as the case, in my case, you know, so froze our bits off as we transferred from the swimming pool back to the changing room. Of course, as I say, I don't think there was any heating in the changing room. It was freezing. Not only that, but unbeknown to me, the showers were mixed. So, of course, I've stripped off and gone in this shower completely naked, and then I suddenly realised there's a woman next to me in the other shower. Very embarrassing. I don't like those mixed showers. A lot of places have got like that. Can we have separate showers, please? Or cubicles. I like that word. Cubicles. Good afternoon. Good evening. Who else have we got there? MP Dodsworth. Has Ray got the badge back of Toby? Oh, I haven't seen Toby. I only see Toby when I'm doing the karaoke. That's the only time I ever see him. Yeah, on a sort of Monday or Friday night. Was he there Friday? Yeah, he was there Friday. That's when I gave it to him. Friday. Shania, oh, the organist this morning. Oh, dear. I think she must have been very nervous. That's all I can say. That's all I want to say about it. The organist this morning must have been really, really nervous. Bless her heart. Never mind, eh? Look, everyone's got their ticket there. Excellent. Jason's watching me on the phone and F1 on the TV. Oh, I'm not happy with that. Can I not be on the TV and you can have the F1 on the phone? Is it people driving fast cars? Is that delightful looking boy Lewis Hamilton driving those cars? Yeah, we'll have some of that, please. Thank you very much. Stephanie, good evening, Steph. Evening, Steph. Ticket has arrived. Eyes down at 8 o'clock. Yes, 20 minutes to bingo time. There's my sister. She hasn't got her ticket. Okay. 1 minute. Let's have a look on my email, see if we've got anything come back. You couldn't find it last week, could you? Let's have a look. This is your. Okay, right. No, nothing's come back. Have you checked your spam folder, Sharon, or ask Martin to have a look for you? All the tickets have gone out. The only thing I can do is try and send them all again, which I really don't like doing. If I do that, everyone will get an email again. You will get the same ticket. It won't be different, okay? But I really don't like doing that. Can you have a good look around, Sharon? My sister can't find her raffle ticket. She's not been well. She's been on the settee all day, bless her heart. They were doing the show yesterday, my brother-in-law and my sister, and she kept having to disappear, bless her heart. She's not well. Anyone? Oh, yes, that's right. Anyone who's got over 90, so 91 or above on their ticket, check your ticket. There's a little bug in the system. So if you've got a number 91 or above, you may cross that out now. You're very, very lucky. Okay? I don't know whether you will get that or not. It's not down to me. I don't sort out the tickets. All automatic. Unfortunately, the software was written some time ago, and there isn't a new there isn't. And I can't find another bingo program that does this, that does what we're doing now. It was written for me, and it was written for me some time ago. And the chap who wrote it hasn't got the code anymore. So if anyone's got a ticket number 91 or above on their bingo ticket, you may cross that out now, okay? Because it won't be called. You just cross that out and be done with it. All right? Let's see. I'm scrolling down there. There are people talking to each other. 2004, Aquacity. Thank you very much. Aquacity was the place. Aquacity is the hotel there. Wonderful place. Really, really nice. Go there if you ever get a chance. Love it. All right. Okay, let's just scroll down here. Hello to Joe. Good evening to Joe. Got my bingo. Just got back from my caravan in Devon, back in Birmingham. Now went for bingo. 8 o'clock is bingo time. Okay, 8 o'clock bingo time. Let's have a look. Shania says it's a fix. Yeah, you would do, wouldn't you? Hello to Matthew Van. No, still got no ticket. I don't know why, Sharon. I don't know why you've not got a bingo ticket. That doesn't make sense at all. Maybe it's got to be something to do with your email. Really has. It's not come back to me. Last week, when you didn't get one, you give me a wrong email. Well, we had the wrong email. We put a Z in there, didn't we? Do you remember? So I changed that, sent it out again, and you got it. Well, I haven't changed anything else. So it's got to be in the system somewhere. Must be there. Good. Now, do you like these? Aren't they lovely? Now, Ray Reynolds, my friend Ray, doesn't look like he's with us tonight. But Ray does the karaoke, and he plays ukulele. One of the songs he does is Max Bygrave's Tulips from Amsterdam. You know that one, don't you? When it's spring again, I'll bring to you tulips from Amsterdam. So I bought him some tulips. Look, And I thought I'd make use of them today and tomorrow morning and display them as such. They're made of latex. They could hurt someone, really. When you look them close up, they look blooming awful, I must say. Or do they smell? No, don't smell. I don't know what. Probably, I expect these are made in some factory somewhere, and they're covered with all sorts of chemical poisons, I would imagine. But there we are. I thought they looked quite nice tonight, and Ray Reynolds can use those as a prop to his thing. That's right, Stephanie, latex. Have you got any latex items at home, Steph? I expect you have. Sean has sent me an email. Oh, you've got number 91, have you, Sean? Congratulations, mate. Well, you can cross that off. Cross number 91 off, okay? Cross 91 off, because that won't come up. All right, at least I don't think it'll come up. I can't see how that would come up. No, so cross that off. You need to be quick to claim those, Sean, if that comes up, all right? Good afternoon to Mr. Gregorian, who is at the Askew Karaoke this evening. Good evening, Mr. Gregorian, down there in Hammersmith. Mikey Mike in the house. Evening, Mikey Mike. Stephanie's worn all her latex out, haven't you, darling, you poor thing? There were people that turned up apparently an hour early for church this morning. They didn't manage to remember to turn their clocks back or anything. But an absolutely lovely day down here in Bracknell in Berkshire. Really, really nice. The sun was out. I got up about 9:15 actually. I got up about 9:15, did some bits and pieces in the house, and then jumped on my bike and went to church. It was a bit cold, but I put my hat on and my coat and my flashing lights and everything. And I've got like an orange jacket thing that I wear on my bike, and cycled back to and from church or not. And as I say, the organist, there was a lot of mistakes on the organ today. I don't know why. Poor lady, she must have been very nervous, bless her heart. Marc Jones, not sure if he's with us today. Doesn't look like Marc Jones is there. But Marc Jones was worried apparently about his weigh-in because he's been on holiday for a while. He does Slimming World. And all I would say to you, Mark, sometimes your weight will go up a little bit. You're not to worry about that, okay? Get back on it. That's all I say. You know, I'm off it at the moment. I've been pretty good, actually. The last 2 days, I have been very, very good. In fact, yesterday, I managed to replace one of my meals with 2 bananas. Fabulous, isn't it? So I may start I may start doing monkey noises a little bit later on. Just ooh, 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 ooh. Do you remember the Funky Gibbon? Who remembers that song? Ooh, 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 the Funky Gibbon. Funky Gibbon. Yes, by the Goodies. Remember the Goodies? Goodies, goody, goody, yum. Yeah, I love that programme. Hilarious programme from the 1970s. You may remember The Cat. That was my favourite episode, when I had the giant cat. It wasn't a giant cat, it was the way they filmed it. And the cat looked bigger than everything else. Very, very good. Good evening to George Bond, just texting in the show. Hello to George Bond. Steph reckons I'm king of the jungle. No, I'm the king of the jungle. The jungle VIP. Yeah, that one. Exactly. Now, I'm just trying to see if there's another way of getting another ticket to I don't know why my sister can't find her ticket. What way? Do you mind if I really don't want to send them again in case that does something. Mind you, I did it last week, didn't I? Let's see if we can find. Let me have a quick look to see if I can actually see anything there. Now, where's your email address? I'm just going to check. No, it's the same as it was last week. I don't know why you haven't got one there. The only thing else I can do is take it out and put you back in again. What shall I do? Oh, you found it in the spam folder. I knew it was there. See, it's not me. I told you to look. Didn't you look an hour ago when I told you? Oh, for God's sake, dear. Well done. I'm pleased you've got it. Do you remember the banana splits? Yes. La, 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 la. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. And another kids program I really loved was the kids who lived on the bus, the double-deckers. Here we are, it's a double-deckers. You remember that one as well? Excellent children. So much better than Teletubbies or whatever they've got on now. Bananas in pyjamas? Oh, please do me a favour. Load of old rubbish. Thank you. Fun things to do with tech. Has emailed me twice. It's come back. Don't know why. I don't know what's going on. That was last week. Don't know why your emails are bouncing back. The other ones are all. I've got a lot of emails coming through from other people, Mr. Tech. So I don't know. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. One of those things, I guess. Chris and the Giant Cat was climbing up the GPO tower, possibly. Possibly. Steph remembers the double deckers, doesn't they? I was looking on the internet last night and this morning as well, actually, on the YouTube. I've been looking for other live streams. People that do the same sort of thing as this. No one will do this as I do it. The same as you've got people like my brother-in-law who does his live show. Okay, Mix Mowers do their live show. Roy the Boy does their live, and none of them are the same. You know, we all do our own sort of thing. And I was looking on the live stream thing last night and this morning. I couldn't find any other than sort of rebroadcasts of things like Sky News and that sort of thing. You know, I mean, I found when you type in live streams, you seem to get up people that have done live streams, so to speak, but not actually live as it's going on at the time. So there must be another way of finding the live streams on YouTube, because I was just interested to see what other people are doing there. There was one girl of English, but of Chinese appearance, and she did a day working in central London. She starts off and she gets out of bed, obviously, she's probably already awake, but starts the camera off. And she gets out of bed, does her breakfast, and it shows you on the tube and all that. And I thought, oh, thank God I don't have to do that journey in the morning, pushing around on the tube and then going into work. And that was quite a good one. And various ones like that. But there's other stuff on there that, I'll be honest, I don't think I'd want to watch. Really. Things like, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Live births. No, not animals, humans. I didn't actually click on these. I have to tell you that now. There are actually live, people have filmed live, oh God, live births and put them on the internet. On the YouTube. Just type in live births and you'll find them yourself. I really didn't click on them, honestly. And there was also a live C-section, like a cesarean section and stuff like that. Which I thought was a bit odd doing that. You got people streaming their games and all that. I'm not quite sure why someone would want to watch someone else playing a game, but there you go. People do. They are very popular. Thousands of views, some of these games, things that are on there. But there's some other odd stuff on there. So it's all there. And there was one bloke who's planting, I think it's 200,000 trees by drone. I don't know how he does that. I didn't have time to watch that yet, but I just saw it pop up. At the bottom of the screen, there's all these. I don't know how you get featured on the bottom of that thing that everyone looks at, really. But they're all on there. And this particular one was this bloke with a drone planting 20,000 trees just by flying this thing and dropping it down somewhere. I'll have to have a look at that and tell you what all that's about. Okay. Good evening. Tony King is getting very excited. I'm pleased about that, Toby. Tony, rather. Tony. Sorry, not Tony. All over Blaming Cat. Ian Days wishing Mick... it's not Mick's birthday. Not until Halloween. Not too long for Halloween. I have a special Halloween jacket, which I shall be wearing on Halloween. Don't worry. Mega Andy, you don't get a bingo card, I'm afraid. You've got to register before Sunday to be able to play the bingo, I'm afraid. Okay, Mega Andy. I've got your email for your raffle ticket earlier, which I've done, okay? Your raffle ticket's so fine. But everything has to be in the system and ready, okay? So once Sunday comes, really, I say you've got to get your request in to play the bingo before the Sunday. Once you're in the system, that's it, Andy. Okay, so if you want to go in for next week, just email me now, okay, and I'll add you in at the end of the show. But by the time we start, all the tickets have gone out and it's too late to join in, and so that's the reason for that. I can't sort of add someone in at the last minute, I'm afraid. Okay, excellent. So that's that. Let's have a look. I've got some, those of you that do the super chats. Okay, super chat badge. Everyone gets a super chat badge if you send a super chat. Got some new photos done. Okay, I went into Boots the Chemist today. Oh, that was a palaver in Boots the Chemist. Right, that's where I get the photos done. And as you know, except there was a couple that I couldn't send out with photos because we simply ran out. So if you've got a super chat in the post, you might not get a photo, okay? But I've done different photos now, so anyone who sends you'll get one of those ones. There you go, look at that. All right, you can just about see my stomach. Just can you see that there? Where the shirt is straining against the buttons. I'm hoping that will stop soon. If I can keep on what I'm on now, okay? If I can keep on, I've been really quite slimming, well type food today I've had, and yesterday. If I can just stick on that, it'll be all right. So there's a London black taxi. So that's the photo you now get if you do a super chat, and you get a badge as well in the post as well. Yes, in Boots the Chemist, that's where I get the photos done. It's so much easier. Good evening to George today. George Bond's in the house. I think I said hello to you already, haven't I? Hello, George. Welcome to the show. And I went into Boots and Chemist. They've got these 4 machines there. I mean, it's so much easier than trying to print out a blooming photograph. I've said before, I have had several I won't have a colour printer anymore because they're just a blooming nightmare. An absolute nightmare. And I was never able to print out. Sometimes you get a decent photo, but you could spend half an ink cartridge trying to get a photo out, which has cost you like 40 or 50 quid. It's awful. So I don't bother anymore. Now, I take just my mobile phone. I take my mobile phone into Boots the Chemist, and they've got 4 machines at the branch in Wokingham. After I've been to church, I walk down to Wokingham usually and do a little bit, get a few bits and pieces. And today I went to do some more photos, these ones. Okay, these are quite big. Actually, these are probably bigger than the other ones. That's the new Super Chat photos. So there's a girl, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a girl at machine number 2, right? So she's doing her stuff. So I've gone to the machine 2 away from her. I've gone on the end one and done. So you have to do so many things, touch the screen, do this, and then plug your phone. I'm plugging my phone in. Nothing's happening, is it? Oh, Christ, a dodgy lead. You know how easily those blooming leads go, these ones. These leads are blooming awful. They all go eventually. They must go here somewhere. They're just awful things. Although, I've got this one now. I must show you this. Which I got off Amazon. And this is more of like a cloth one, And they seem to... Well, I haven't had one of those go yet. So that might be the way to go if you ever need another... is it a fire starter or something? Fire wire? Fire starter? I don't know what that's called. Speed connector, whatever it is. That's for the iPhones, I think 5 or above, those ones, right? So I've tried that machine. No, that hasn't worked. So I thought I'll try the next one. I've gone to the next one, tap the screen, plug the phone in, still not working. Still not blooming working, is it? Useless. So I said to the lady, I said, are you on an iPhone? She said, yeah, I tried those 2 machines. She said, I couldn't get them to work either. I thought, well, why didn't you tell me that before I started using them, dear? So I then went on the other side of her to machine number 1 and plugged my phone in, and it started working. So happy days, happy days. So all my photos come up on the screen. Let me just warn you here. If you've never used one of these machines before, be warned, right? Every photo that you've got, I've seen youngsters come a cropper with this one, right? Every photo that you've got on your phone comes up on the screen for the whole world to see. So be warned that you haven't got anything dodgy on there. Pictures of... And you know what the youngsters are like? They send pictures of their bits and pieces. They do. I've seen it. I've stood next to them. I've glanced over and they're trying to cover this screen up. So just do it like that. So plug the phone in, and everything's happening. So I thought I'd get 15 done today. Because I like to change the pictures. I don't want to have the same stuff all. It's like when the Super Chat badges and when the fridge magnets run out, okay, something different will come. I like to change things all the time. And so this thing's printing out, and it's, you hear it chucking out. I'm on my mobile phone while this is happening because you unplug it once it's all starting to work. You hear this, and then suddenly this message come out. Printer ribbon run out. Please replace. And we're at picture number 12, I think. Okay, so this woman comes out. Excuse me. I said, this is just something up an error message. Oh, I gotta get someone else, she said, in a foreign accent. So I waited there about 2 minutes. No one else appeared. So then I thought, I can't be bothered with this. So I'm just about to walk off, and this young lad comes over. Can I help you, sir? I said, yeah, this is run out. He said, well, it'd take me about 3 minutes to change the printer ribbon. You all right with that? I said, no, I'll just go. Can I just pay for these? He said, yeah, that's fine. So I went to the till, just paid for the 12. I think not very expensive, 48 pence each. they were for the larger ones. You can get a smaller one done, a little bit cheaper, but 48 pence each. So I paid about, I don't know, about 11, well, I don't know, 48.50, about £5.50, something like that, for 15 photos. But the beauty of going to that machine, right, is that when the photos come out, if they are not right, you don't buy them. Simple as that. You know, and you know what they're going to look like because the thing comes up on the screen, which is completely unlike when I've tried to use a damn printer, my own printer, to print these photos out. And the messy photos that have come out of all 3 colour printers before. That was some years ago. I've just got a black and white one now and be done with it. Right, let's so that was my trip to Boots the Chemist. And while I was in there, interestingly enough, I saw the new Elton John film. It's out on DVD. Now, I swear that was only out 2 or 3 months ago. That is already out on DVD. Couldn't believe it. Rocket Man or something like that. I hope that is the right one. I said to the bloke on the till, I said, is this the film that was just recently out? And he looked at it and he said, I think so. So we think it is. But that's very, very quick, isn't it? The Elton John film coming out straight on DVD like that. Very quick indeed. Right, get ready for the bingo. Just start some of your messages there. Where are we now? Good evening to Adrian Richardson. Welcome to the show, Adrian. Where's your sparkly jacket for the bingo? Not got one of those yet, JJ. I did order, actually off Amazon, a little outfit this week, which is at the moment at my sister's house. That's all I'm saying. You will see this at some point. This little outfit, I don't know what it's going to look like, but anything, you know me, JJ, anything for a laugh. Anything for a laugh, okay? Hello to Sam458. Are we on tomorrow? Yeah, on tomorrow morning, Sam. Do join us tomorrow morning. Be between 9 and 10 o'clock. That's for the raffle as well. We do raffle tickets as well tonight, okay? Which will happen a little bit later on. If we win the bingo, can we have one of those as well? What, the photo? Yes, Matthew. Of course you can. Adrian, do we get a dartboard with the photographs as well, or do we have to supply our own dartboard at great expense? I've got no dart, so don't have to. No, don't do anything, Adrian. I know that if you get one of my photographs, you'll probably put that under your pillow, won't you, my love? You know, as no one else has slept for you with you for years and years. No doubt you'll want to sleep with one of my pictures. Thank you very much. Good evening to Virginia Gonzalez, who's watching me and the Rams at the same time. American football in London. Now, I quite like American football. I don't watch it, but when I was in Las Vegas... Oh, right, we're going to do the bingo now. When I was in Las Vegas, right... I took my nephew to Las Vegas. This was around this time last year. There was a big match going on there, and we tried to get tickets. I thought, that'd be a nice thing to take him to go and see something like that. And the place was alive. I have to tell you that it was absolutely alive, this place. We got to the ticket box, none left, none whatsoever. Not even single ones. There was no tickets at all, unfortunately. So we didn't manage to go in and get one. One of those things. But we did want to go and see one of those, Virginia. Mick buys a phone lead every week. £10 off Amazon. Maybe you need to spend a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe you do. All right. Hello to Liz. Good evening to Liz. Carol and Dave in the house. There she is. Simon Gilman, raffle ticket. I just told you how to get a raffle ticket. You ask a little bit later on. I'll let you know when to do it, okay? Okie doke, it's bingo time here on United Kingdom Talk, boys and girls. Your tickets, you will have been emailed your tickets. Either cross them off, okay? Cross them off as I read the numbers. Maybe you've printed them off, or you might have just written the numbers down on a bit of paper, okay? Just cross them off there. As soon as you win, you must send us a message and say bingo or I've won, anything like that. I'll be watching. I do know when someone's won, okay? You come up at the top of the list there. Once again, if you have a number on the ticket, number 91 or above, cross that off now. Ticket number 91 or above, cross that off now, okay? Right. We only play for a full house. No four corners, no line, a full house. You need to mark off all your tickets to win, all your numbers rather, to win the game. Here is the bingo board. There you go. As I call the I don't know how number 7. I must have hit the bottom there. Sorry, I've hit the button there. Number 7 is already marked off, so there's your first number, number 7. As I call the numbers, they will mark off on that board. So if you want to check back at any point, just look at that board and you'll be able to see what has and hasn't been marked off. Okay? Off we go then. Any questions? No? Good. Let's start. First number then, already out of the can. On its own, number 7. On its own, number 7. If you win, you have 2 minutes to claim. Once the 2 minutes has gone past, we move on to another number and maybe someone else will win then, okay? If you miss it, your last number, the last number called, must be part of the winning line. If you leave it too long, you miss it. You've got 2 minutes to claim. A couple of people saying that's a bit long. I'd rather it too long than too short, okay? Right, next number. 80, blind 80. All right? I'll start slow and I'll speed up in a minute. 2 and 3, 23. 3 and 7, 37. 'Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. 4 and 6, 46. 1 and 7, 17. 3 and 6, 36. 3 and 2, 32. How you doing, gang? Ooh, there's a few people doing quite well this morning, this evening, I have to say. Few people of you doing quite well. Anyone not got anything at all yet? All on its own, Kelly's Eye. Aye, number 1. Three and 8, 38. Oh, poor Steph. 7 and 1, 71. 4 and 7, 47. 7 and 2, 72. I can see a couple of people who are doing very well who aren't here tonight. That's just how it is. You will get a ticket every time the game starts. Whether or not you play it is entirely up to you. You know, if you don't play it, don't worry about it. But it will be announced that I will see someone win. And that's just how it is. If you're not there, you're not there, okay? You must be with us live to be able to win, okay? 7 and 2, 72. 4 and 5, 45. 7-0, blind 70. 6 and 7, 67. 5 and 6, 56. Ooh, someone's doing I can't believe someone's doing really well tonight. Really well. 5 and 2, 52. Good evening to High Grade Gaming. Welcome. Big Joe's in the house as well. Evening, Joe. Has anyone still got no numbers? How are we all doing? 50, 50. Do you remember when you got to 50 years old? 1 and 5, 15. Oh, Steph, never mind, darling. You can always catch up. You never know, my love. 1 and 5, 15. 3 and 9, 39. Paul and Lou's in the pub. 2 and 5, 25. All on its own, number 4. Can we bring Lucky Charms every Sunday? Which one have you got? 2 and 4, 24. All the 6s, 66. 7 and 9, 79. I'm not in the big screen at your pub, am I? Surely not. 8 and 9, 89. You must all have a couple of numbers now, surely. Don't tell me there's anyone who still hasn't got any numbers up yet. 40, 40. All the 3s, 33. Five and 8, 58. All on its own, poor little number 6. 8 and 6, 86. Poor Joe, his dab has stopped working. Oh, no, don't. I was in a Haven holiday a couple of years ago. Last year it was. And I had this dabber and I went like that and the whole card got covered in ink. That was with my nephew and his family. 1 and 6, sweet 16. 4 and 2, 42. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. 3 and 4, 34. 1 and 9, 19. Do not throw your bits of paper away when we get a winner. Wait for them to claim because sometimes they don't. Last week, 2 people didn't turn up, all right? So watch out for that. 2 and 6, 26. 2 and 9, 29. Sister, are you getting excited, Sharon? 2 and 1, 21. 2 and 7, 27. I'm not rubbing anything in, Tommy. Not even Vic. All the 4s, droopy drawers. It's 44. Who's got droopy drawers on tonight? That'd be my sister. She wears droopy drawers. 8 and 1, 81. 7 and 3, 73. 1 and 2, 12. 'All on its own, number 3. 1 and 4, 14. 8 and 7, 87. 'All the 5s, 55. 7 and 5, 75. 2-0, blind 20. Oh, poor Steph needs a miracle. I can see you're not doing too well, Steph, actually. 6 and 9, 69. Good evening to Gustav, who's joined late and missed the whole thing. Oh, dear. 6 and 3, 63. Sam's not doing too well, are you, Sam? Whereabouts are you in the world, Sam? Where are you? You right, Amelia? Keeping an eye on you, Amelia. 63 was the last number. 3-0, blind 30. Right, we're close to someone winning here now. I have to tell you, someone only needs one number. But I have a feeling that person isn't here, so we'll see. 4 and 9, 49. 8 and 5, 85. Gustav, I don't tell you who's going to win. It's up to you to claim if you think you've won. Good evening to Joey Millen. Evening, Joey. 5 and 7, 57. 8 and 3, 83. Oh, right, you're there, Sam. Yes. I was brought up in London. Peckham, Roehampton as a child, and then I had a flat in Wandsworth for a while when I was married for a short time. 5 and 3, 53. No, Battersea. Sorry, Battersea. I was married for a short time in Battersea. Then I moved back to Mum's, and then got a flat in Wandsworth. Yeah, that's where. So I'm London, sort of South London. 5 and 4, 54. 2 little ducks, 22. Quack, quack. 3 and 1, 31. 7 and 8, 78. 7 and 6, 76. Ah, West London you are you? Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate, Sam. I know West London. Well, Hammersmith I know quite well. Sort of, you know, it's where I used to work in Belushes as a DJ and karaoke bloke there. Top of the shop, blind 90. 9-0, blind 90. Still waiting for that one number to come out for someone there. 4 and 1, 41. Ooh. Look, I can see those positions changing now. It's all, is it all late? No, top 3 places are held at the moment by ladies. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chaps. Okay, top 3 places, but I don't think the lady at the top who's winning is there tonight. We'll soon find out. 4 and 1, 41. 2 and 8, 28. There's actually not that many numbers now not being called. I'm surprised someone hasn't got it yet. Oh, Gustav, you're shouting bingo, yet you haven't won. That means you come out of this game. What a shame. Oh, dear. Sam, would you sell or rent it out? Rent it out. You'll get an absolute fortune in rent in London. But you do it for an estate agent. Absolutely do it for an estate agent. Don't do it yourself. Let someone do it. And do your research. Do your research. 28. 1 and 8. 18. 1 and 8. 18. It was your fault, Gustav. You shouldn't have shouted. 3 and 5. 35. Ooh, there's a man now moved into second place. I know who you are. Couple of people there. Only need one number now. All on its own. Number 9. Four and 3, 43. This is so close now. What, have you got 2 places in Hammersmith then, have you? Or in West London, or 1? What have you got there? 60, blind 60. God, only 3 and a bit years till I'm 60. I can't believe it. Joe, he's going to restore his. He's going to get Martin to restore his bingo card because it's not working. 6 and 4, 64. Wow, the person at the top has now been waiting an eternity for that last number to come up for her, but it hasn't yet, has it? And now we've got 2 blokes, 3 blokes, 4 blokes who need a single number. 6 and 5, 65. Wow, still not come up yet. Oh, I see another lady's moved into 2nd position. You know who you are. I don't tell people whether they're winning or not. My sister is nowhere to be seen today, unfortunately. All on its own. Number 5. We have a winner, boys and girls. All on its own. Number 5. You now have 2 minutes to claim your prize. You must shout bingo now, or I've won, or something like that. Hold on, boys and girls. Just in case that person is not here. We have a winner. Ian Days, you're there. You've won. There you go. You're already there. Okay, Ian, thank you very much. Let's have a look at your numbers. And there we are. And Ian Days, his numbers, 40, 72, 81, 5, 34, 42, 63, 45, 20, 57, 31, 50, 28, 46 and 44. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well done. Shania's just popped up and said bingo time. We've finished now, dear. Shania, are you a little bit behind us or? How many did you need, Shania? I can't see you. You're not in the top 10. You're not in the top 10. How many did you need, Shania, as a matter of interest? Thank you very much, Ian. Could you email me your postal address? There's the email. And you will receive one of these in the post. There you go. All right, Ian. You get one of these, which means there's now only 8 left. They are adjustable, incidentally, on the back. I don't wear these things, really. The only time I've ever worn one of those is in, like, sunny weather, you know, where because I've got bald head. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? That fits better. There you go, Ian. Congratulations, Ian, all right? Don't put your address on there, please. Email me your full post address. If you can do that now, then I can check whether I get it or not. And that'll be in the post for you, hopefully tomorrow morning, okay? Excellent. And that's the bingo for tonight, boys and girls. Excellent. I think that worked very well. Let's just close that down. I can't really do more than one game because I've only got, like, the hats. What I could do, if you're up for it, actually, is I could get some... something like maybe... what were we talking about? The other pens. Someone suggested pens because we've now got what we've got now. We've got the bingo prizes. Now there's only 10 of these. I'm not going to get any more of these made. They are quite expensive unless I start making like £2,000 a month off YouTube, which is very unlikely. Then no, you know these were a little bit expensive. Okay, so I've only got 9 of these left now. One of which is going tonight. So there's only 8 now. Okay, 8 to be won. So 1 a week. So I've got those. And what I could do is get something else, and we could play an extra game, perhaps another game where we just win a pen. If you want to do it for the fun of it, really, and nothing else, then that's very, very doable. And then perhaps we could have 2 games of a pen, you know, for those, and then the final game would be the hat. Do you see what I mean? So we could have 3 games a night like that because we got that. We got the super chat. That's for people who send in a super chat. Any amount at all, you get one of those. Okay, that's as a thank you for sending a super chat. And of course, we've got the fridge magnets as well. And the raffle for the fridge magnets is on Monday. Now, if you're new to the show, how'd you get a raffle ticket? I'm going to be giving them out soon. Okay, not yet. Every time you see a show on, we give away the raffle tickets. All right, and all you have to do is say raffle ticket, please. And I'll give you a raffle ticket, and you'll be entered into the raffle on Monday mornings. Actually, where's the other ticket on the 6th? Where's it? I've lost a strip there somewhere. Not that it matters really. I can always just use another. Where's the other strip gone? Thought I had another strip there somewhere. Oh no, there it is. There it is. There they are. So I've got those ready for later. This is the last opportunity, of course, you get to get a raffle ticket until the show tomorrow morning. All right, my darlings. Lots of people congratulating people there. Excellent. Excellent. Mick Davenport says his ticket was a dud. Oh, dear. Simon just needed 2 numbers again. Roy Brownlow, he was actually quite close to the top, but he hasn't won today. So there we are. Excellent. That's just excellent. Thank you. Hello to Vladimir. Good evening, Vladimir. Welcome to the show. Sam doesn't know which estate agents to go for. I don't know the area, so I couldn't advise that. I really couldn't advise. Don't always go for the lowest commission. The lowest, what do they call that? Where the estate agent takes a percentage of the rent out. You'd be looking, if you can get if you got 12% on a fully managed property, you'd be doing quite well. I've heard some people 14, 15%. You try and get 12% somewhere, go somewhere. Would you, mugs again? Again, mugs, quite an expensive thing to do. Very expensive to send those through the post now, mugs. I don't know what happened to the postal service here, but it got extremely expensive to send stuff. It used to be very cheap. I mean, my mum used to send out hundreds of, well, perhaps not hundreds, but about 100 Christmas cards every year. Now, if you were doing that now, that's going to be costing you 60 or 70 quid just for the postage. A few years ago, sending stuff in the post suddenly became really expensive. That's why, things like that. Adam, Royston needed. What does Royston need? What, a hat? When do we do the next bingo show? Next Sunday, 8 o'clock. Okay, bingo is Sunday at 8 o'clock. And of course, there's always a chat show, usually one of the mornings. Just a reminder, gang, those of you on the YouTube there, always make sure you got your notification settings on. Okay? So it's like kind of next to the subscribe button is a little bell. If you click on that, it'll say allow all notifications so that every time we do a show, you get some sort of ping on your device or something like that. All right. Sam, I can't really do personal services there, Sam, if you see what I mean. I don't know anything about Hammersmith. You'd have to go into a estate agent and tell them what you want to do to the rental side of things. You've got a house that or flat, whatever you've got that you want to rent out, and allow them to help you. Okay, it is not in their interest to pull one over on you. You see, because if you don't go with them, they don't get their percentage. You see, so go in there and take advice to a few different places like that. All right. Hello to Fergus Duffy. Welcome along, Fergus, to the show. You don't need to register again for the bingo. Okay, once you've registered, that's it. You will always get a bingo ticket when we're going to play a game. Just to let you know that, okay? Don't need to register again. If you don't want to play or you can't play, doesn't matter. You'll still get your bingo ticket. And what would have happened, say, for example, you won tonight, Rachel. You ever got to the top of the list and I would say, right, someone's won. You've got 2 minutes to claim. Of course, you wouldn't have played and wouldn't have claimed. So then we just move on to the next one. So you've got 2. That's why 2 minutes. There was a couple of people who said the 2 minutes is a bit long to wait. I do agree. But if I make it a minute, that might be not enough time for someone who's lagging behind. I know that Mick often lags behind a bit, certainly with his chat. And it may be 2 minutes just does give us a good time there. 1 minute wouldn't be enough. Maybe a minute and a half. I'm going to stick with the 2 minutes. An executive decision has been made, boys and girls. All right? I played the first time. Are you registered? Yes, I can look for you actually. High Grade Gaming. Just a minute now. Let's have a look. High Grade Gaming. What's your name? What was your name, High Grade Gaming? And I can check that. There's nothing under High Grade Gaming. What's your name in there? Do let us know and I can have a look there. All right. Excellent. Well, I had a lovely lunch today. I must say, omelettes. I know it probably sounds a bit odd having an omelette on a Sunday, but I had a lovely omelette. I had eggs left over that had been in there. John Waterman. Okay, John. Yes, you're there. You're there. You got a ticket, didn't you, John? You must have got a ticket from us today. No, I didn't get any email errors coming back at all, so that it's all correct. You should have got a ticket for today, John. Did you get a ticket for today? If not, I can check your email while you're on there. Did you get a ticket for today and just miss the start of it or what? Should have got a ticket. Yeah, I had an omelette today. I had these eggs in the fridge, and I must admit, it said 20th of October. So, they were a week out of date. But I'm okay with out of date food. What I hate is food that is wasted. You did get the ticket. Excellent. Then you don't need to register again. All right. So anyone else want to be checked? I feel I sound like a doctor now, don't I? Dr. Chris will look at you. Anyone wants an internal examination? Anyone offering? I got here too late. We should void the game and restart. I don't think so. You know the time, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock. Can we void the game? Oh, you sound like a blooming Remainer. Oh, we didn't vote, so we need to have a second chance. No, put up with it. I'm surprised they didn't rerun the Eurovision Song Contest when we come last again on that, didn't we? Yeah, so I had these eggs in there for 4 days. They were like a week out of date. But I'm okay with out of date. I hate wasted food. I really hate it. I've said this before. People who all go to a Toby Carvery. And thank you, Ian. I've got your email there. Thank you. I used to DJ at a place near you, actually. Colours, do you know it? In Basildon. I used to DJ that. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Oh, it was upstairs in a pub, and I used to start at 9 o'clock at night until I think it was 3 a.m. Well, no one bloody well came in there until 11. It was awful. Awful place. Anyway, I did about 6 gigs there and then I quit. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Anyway, yes. So, I just hate wasted food. People go in Toby Carvery. They load the plate up, have half of it and then walk off. Why did you put it on your plate? And similarly, I don't like food to go off in the fridge. It does happen to me. Sometimes I can get caught out. You know, when you're pulling out that bit of cheese that's 6 months old and it's covered in green. If it's only a bit of green on the side, I'll probably cut it off and still put it under the grill. With the thought in my head that if you put it under the grill, it will kill anything that might be growing on it. You know what I mean? So I got these eggs out and I did a lovely omelette with onions in it and all that. It was just onions, and I had Slimming World chips, and I had a can of baked beans as well. Very, very tasty lunch today. Very, very nice indeed. But throwing eggs away. You think of that poor hen. That poor old hen has squeezed out. I mean, how they get those massive great eggs out of those tiny little holes, I do not know. You know, it's managed to squeeze. Poor little hen. Is it? That's why they cluck a lot, because they're in great pain. I mean, for you to then chuck that egg away is a little bit too much, really. You can't chuck that egg away after that chicken has been through it, dear. So anyway, I made an omelette. Actually, I had 4 eggs in there today. There were 4 in there. If I don't use these now, I'm going to have to chuck them away. So I ordered all those. So I did all those, and that was very nice indeed. Text here. We keep chickens to check if an egg is okay. Put it into water. If it floats, it's off. If it stays at the bottom, it's okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that what you do with eggs? I just smell stuff. You know, you take the wrapper off. You know, if you at that point die, then it's probably not a good idea to eat the egg or whatever it is that you've just taken out of a packet. Oh, dear. No, thank you. That was me eggs. Okay, we got fireworks going off all around here at the moment. I noticed as I was driving into London last night on the M3, there's all sorts of displays and that going up with fireworks. Are you going to a firework display as a matter of interest? I mean, I used to go a long time ago now. I think the first one I remember going to was my dad took me to the firework display on Wandsworth Park, which was kind of next to the Arndale Centre. I think it's called Southmead or Southside now, the big shopping centre at Wandsworth. But yeah, we went there. It was an excellent display. It's some excellent displays. No need to go and spend a small fortune on fireworks. You know, I mean, Sainsbury's aren't selling them this year, are they, at all? But, and of course, all the animals get scared when these bangs go off. I know my mate's cats, one of the cats absolutely hates it. Ralph, beautiful cat. He absolutely hates fireworks. And it's, you know, to put all the animals under that stress and strain, perhaps it is a good idea for us not to be able to go and buy fireworks. I don't know, really. You go to a decent display and you get your money's worth. That's unless it's free, of course. Some of them are free. excellent fireworks displays. And generally, they're a lot safer than doing it yourself. We do now and again hear of a story that a rocket that's gone off course and gone into the crowd or something like that. But sparklers are all right, aren't they? Well, not necessarily. I mean, these sparklers, they get white hot, don't they? You imagine, you give them to your children. There you go, have a little sparkler, quite safe. Poke someone's eye out with a white hot poker. Very dangerous, very dangerous. Let's have a look here. Yes. Simon's going, can I get a raffle ticket? No, not yet, Simon. You've got to wait until I give them out, I'm afraid. Otherwise, it gets really confusing. No favouritism, I'm afraid. I did that the other week and people get ever so upset. There we are. Amelia's going to wait in the seat to see me, aren't you, Amelia? Dr. Chris is in the house. Oh, yes. Basildon's about half an hour drive from him. Okay, so not right on your front door, but yeah, that's where I used to DJ in there. But awful place, dreadful. Scrolling down, Fran, if it smells wrong, then bin it. People waste too much food. There you go, Fran's the same as me. I think it's an age thing, Fran. I do know an awful lot of people, they literally walk away from half their dinner sitting on the plate, and I just think there's a catastrophe, that is. Walking away from it. I'm feeling quite peckish now. I don't know what to have for dinner tonight. I had baked beans earlier, so I better not have one. I'd really like baked beans on jacket potato tonight, but I had beans early. You can have too many beans, as my sister will tell you. You know, every 5 minutes. She's disappeared. I think she's upset she didn't win the bingo tonight, and you says, never mind. Hello to Paul Jordan. Welcome, Paul, to the show. It's a very windy night here in Mick. Yeah, I could have I might have a vegan burger, actually. A vegan burger, vegetables and mashed potato tonight. Yeah, that's what I'll have tonight. I eat a lot of vegetables, being vegetarian. Shania has noticed we have adverts now before coming onto your show, a sign of a successful channel. Is that right? What, on the live stream as well? When you hit the live stream? I didn't know that. Do you get adverts before that? I thought it was just on the recordings. Didn't know that. Hello to Christopher Davis. Welcome to the show, Christopher. Joey, it's bad if ham goes off. I don't know what off ham smells like. I've never smelt that. Must smell like a rotting body, doesn't it? I mean, all that meat, dear, it's all dead animals. Don't get... Oh, it's not a dead animal, it's meat. It's a dead animal. Actually, my great nephew Harry, he's quite happy. He knows what it is. He's quite happy with it. And he's, what dead animal are you eating today, Harry? Sean, what I hate is people celebrating Guy Fawkes Night before the time. It's made my cat run up the Christmas tree. Bit early with the tree, Sean. Is it Diwali? Oh, is that what that's for? Ah, yeah, that'll explain it. Because there's an Asian family live a few roads down, actually, and I noticed all these little pretty lights were outside, so that makes sense. Although I've got pretty lights around my fence now permanently, little fairy lights. I like fairy lights. I like the little colours. I do like bright colours, as you well know. I've just bought a wonderful new shirt. Do you want to see it? I've got to tell you, it's a little bit too tight around the stomach, so I wanted to wear it tonight, and I thought if I just stay down here, but if I'd have got up like that, you would have seen the bottom buttons open. I might have got away with it. Can I show you this? It's a lovely shirt. It was only about 15 quid, 15, 20 quid off the internet. Now this is a large. I've got to tell you, this is a large, and I've got room in this. This is a large, but of course, it's come from China, isn't it? Right? So they're tiny sizes. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Look, notes. Musical notes. Look, on the back as well. Musical notes. And I bought this to wear on the show and, of course, to wear at the karaoke. But unfortunately, it's too tight around my tummy. So I can't wear it at the moment, which is rather disappointing. But there you go. One of those things. Maybe I'll be able to get into it in 2 weeks' time. I do hope so. If I stick to what I've been doing the last couple of days, I might well be able to do that. Jason, if it's got something growing on it, it's probably not best to eat it. You could be right there. Amelia, do I get numbers for the next bingo next Sunday? Yes. The bingo tickets go out about an hour, half an hour to an hour before the show. Okay, that's when they go out. Mick wants to go... I'll only go to a bonfire if I can put my ex-wife on it. Oh, don't, Anne. Oh, you are naughty, man. Don't. She might be watching. You get in terrible trouble, dear. Sparkle. Remember having sparkle as a kid. Too many snowflakes. Well, talking of snowflakes, well, what about the police? Now, I've got a lot of time for the police. I do go along with a lot of almost everything of what they say. I think the police should have tasers, to be honest. Some people have said, well, you get some dodgy policemen. Yeah, and you get some awful dodgy people with knives and guns. I wouldn't mind seeing all policemen having a taser, and women, of course. Well, in the Daily Mail today, for most police officers, facing a barrage of four-letter words from abusive suspects is an everyday occurrence. This is the story in today's Daily Mail. But chiefs at one force are warning officers that they may be upset by swearing and offensive language in training exercises, and that they should contact their supervisor if they find it all a bit too much. The move, part of a trend for so-called trigger warnings, normally associated with snowflake university students, has been met with derision from hard-bitten cops. One officer joked on Twitter, if this language is not acceptable to you, please go directly into the safe space where the duty inspector will bring you a nice snuggle blanket and a cup of tea. After that, hand in your warrant, because you're no effing good to us. I mean, have you ever heard anything like it? The language warning comes as part of an online exercise devised by Hampshire Police and aimed at both officers and civilian staff. Before a section on hate crime begins, an alert flashes up on the screen saying, warning, in large letters. Warning, warning. It then says, please be aware that this package uses real-life examples and as a result has offensive language and views in it. Swear words are spelt out in full. Swear words are spoken in full in the audio files. This is what it says. Comes up on the screen. It says, if you feel that this language is not acceptable to you, please close the package down and speak with your supervisor about how to proceed with completing the training. I mean, what hope is there? What hope is there for these blooming snowflakes that are taking over the world? For some years, trigger warnings have been issued to university students, as you well know, who might encounter potentially offensive subject matter while studying subjects such as far-right groups and eating disorders. Now, I came across this. I was doing a quiz at the King's Head Theatre Bar, lovely little pub, in Islington in London. I was there for about 2.5 years or so doing this quiz. And there was one particular night, there's a little group of young people sitting on the table. And I noticed one lad had his arm around another, okay? So I went up, I said, oh, are you two together? And the answer was, no, this is our safe space. And I'm like, okay, right, what's that then? Oh, well, we can do what we like on this table. Right, so are you two together? Well, it's our safe space. And the rest of the table went completely and utterly silent. What's all that about? What's all that about? You see, as I've said before, I think a lot of these people that go to university and that are far, far more intelligent than me and perhaps some of you. I'd never, ever consider myself an intelligent person. But I have life skills. You know, and a lot of these people coming out of the university, they've been mollycoddled in these little safe spaces and surrounded by cotton wool, and they come out and they can't handle it. They can't handle the world. And then they get anxiety. And then once again, you know, lock themselves away somewhere. It's ridiculous. Well, now the police as well. Oh, I don't know. Boris Johnson has pledged to introduce an extra 20,000 officers over the next 3 years, but a recent Home Office report suggested forces were struggling to recruit because so many young people are wrapped in cotton wool and unprepared for the harsh realities of the world. Most of you will know exactly what I mean here. It's just a joke. Well, now it's the police as well. Please see your superior officer if the word is too much for you. I've seen it all now. Unbelievable, isn't it? Back to some of your messages then. Mega Andy, too many snowflakes around. Yeah, you're right. There are. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel's always on my side. She says, please click the like button. As I said to you, Rachel, it's very kind of you to do that. I don't actually know what it means to have a lot of likes. Other than for me to look at it and say, wow, oh, look, oh, so many people like me. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. But does it technically do something to have a lot of likes? Does it move you up a list or something like that? Because I'm not quite sure how that works. All right. My sister's having a bowl of soup. Are you enjoying that soup, darling? What have you got? Is it nice tomato? Oh, cream of tomato soup from Heinz. Yes, please, mummy. And then what's that soup they got in the plastic pots? Like some sort of, I don't know, like posh soup, you know? Tomato and basil or something like that. That's nice, isn't it? I like that. Shania clicked off and refreshed. I was greeted with an advert. What was the advert for? I hope it was a suitable advert, Shania. We can't have anything dodgy being sold here, you know. In between my show. I hope it was a clean advert and not for anything like, I don't know, panty pads or something like that. I don't want any ads like that in between my shows. All right. Yeah, my sister's saying thumbs up for Chris. I don't know. Does anyone know what it means to get a lot of likes other than for someone to say, oh, that's a nice lot of likes or something like that, you know? I think... Steph, my sports bras that even a boiled egg didn't fit into. Yeah, Steph ordered a bra off the internet. She couldn't even get a boiled egg. It was so small. That must have come from China as well, did it? They're very, very small people in China. My mate went to China some years ago and he said they were very, very friendly people. Very friendly people. And of course, if you like eating cats and dogs, go over there, my love. You know. They'll happily serve you a cat. And don't say, oh, you can't eat a turtle. It's exactly the same as you eating chickens, except they eat cats and dogs. That's it. That's how it is. That's how it is in the world, isn't it? Good stuff. Come on, last time you were large was 1994. Thank you for seeing me slim for so long, Gustav. It's very unlike you to pay me a compliment like that, my dear. Amelia, buys clothes from shops because I know clothes from the internet, you can't try them on. Exactly, Amelia. Normally, I wouldn't order clothes off the internet. I have occasionally ordered shirts and things like that, but that one is, I mean, it's not tight, so I can do it up, but then it stretches and it's just looking nice, not looking nice. What's this? Now, is that a clean joke or not? I don't know if it's a clean joke or not. There might be a message in there, so I don't know if I'm going to read that out. I don't think I will. It might be a dirty joke. I'm not quite sure. Christopher Davis, it's mostly wet with all the rain. The River Severn in Shropshire has flooded in some parts. I hope you're not too near the floods, Chris. Where my caravan is in Lincolnshire, I'm right on a river there. Literally, right on a river. 2 minutes through the caravan site, and the river's there. The River Witham. Although they've got these gates further up, and I think they close them if there's too much coming. I'm not quite sure how it works there. Thank you, Fran. Mick, the police should taser these pirate radio thugs. I had a pirate radio station, Mick, years ago. Yeah. I told you the story the other day. I started off in the bedroom. My sister would tell you this. Just a speaker in the living room. And then it went to my two neighbours. And then later on, someone built me... what was his name? Barry Hudson, that was it. He built me an FM radio transmitter. And I did that. And I got done for that as well. As you know, if you heard the story a couple of weeks ago. That is... Oh, my God, that's back in 1980... 82, 81, something like that, long time ago. It's a bit different then. I don't think some of these radio stations are very dodgy now, some of these pirate radio stations. Let's have a look. Hello to Dominique Hessler. Hello to Dominique. It's a good afternoon, Glade. Who's Glade? Yeah, I think you mean Chris there. I could catch you live. You're with us live today, my darling. All right. 47, is there 47 people? I never know, really. I don't know how many people are watching the show. Obviously, the more the merrier, but it doesn't bother me. You know, is there like 2 people or 10,000 million? I do get, sometimes I put on, you know, if you're a very pretty lady, you know, very pretty young lady, you go on and do a show. Well, there's like hundreds of people watching, all trying to get off with her. I've seen it. That's possibly why that's not happening to me. There we are. Jason, you're quite right. You're quite right there. Shania's internet just went down. We've got a Honda advert to read you. Oh, Honda's all right, isn't it? Are you happy with Honda? I hope so. Right, we'll do another story. And then we'll do the raffle tickets, boys and girls. Thank you, Mega Andy. I've got your request to add to the bingo, which I'll do. All right. Nail clippings. Who cuts their nails? Well, I'd be very disappointed if some of you didn't. Dirty people not cutting their nails. What do you do with the nail filings? What do you do with them? Do you do them outside? I usually do mine in the garden or outside somewhere. Clip, 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 clip. Or on the toilet, not down the sink because, you know, it can block up. Oh, by the way, tea leaves down the sink. I wanted to ask that. Ladies will know that one. Is that okay, tea leaves down the sink? I don't always do it, but sometimes I think, oh, I can't be bothered to go outside because I usually put tea leaves on the garden. Tea leaves down the sink. Is that acceptable? Or chaps, Adam the plumber, are you watching still? Tea leaves down the sink. Has that ever caused a problem? Right, nail clippings. What do you do with your nail clippings? In the Daily Mirror. When it comes to engagement rings, we know that not everyone will be able to afford a real diamond. Although, I've no interest in jewellery whatsoever. I have no jewellery of value. I have like little St. Christopher that a friend of mine, Motorised Millie, who used to be with us of the show, she bought me some years ago. I've got like a watch. I think, where is that now? A watch that mum and dad gave me. But, you know, we're not talking like a Rolex. Just a normal watch. Not of value. A couple of little thin chains with crosses and things. But I don't have any jewellery, you know. There's some people, they've got all these rings, diamond rings and Rolex watches. A mate of mine, he had a Rolex watch. £10,000. £10,000 watch he had, right? And I went to be the best man for him at his wedding in St. Lucia. It was a lovely time there. He married a lovely girl who, unfortunately, we lost her about 3, 4, 5 years ago now to breast cancer. And he was left a little girl as well. So he's on his own now with his little... I say little girl, she's a teenager now, of course. But his wife who died recently, she was lovely, Irish girl. Lovely, lovely girl. Anyway, so he had this Rolex watch. And I'll never forget, we was on the beach in St. Lucia, and laying by the town, he's decided to go in the water, right? He literally just took it off, chucked it on a towel and went into the sea. And I'm like, oh my God, you've just left £10,000 on that towel. Anyone could just pick that up and walk off with it, couldn't they? I suppose, you know, once you're in the sea, difficult to get out back to that tower pretty quickly if someone runs off with a £10,000 watch. But I haven't got anything like that. Jewellery just does not interest me at all. I really haven't. I've got nothing of expense really in my life. No paintings that are worth a fortune. No top of the range hi-fi system. Yeah, I've got speakers that are average, like in here, little Sony speakers there is in here. In case we open the phone lines and people like to call in sometimes. I've got those. I've got a 65-inch telly, but it's nothing special. But certainly jewellery, expensive, what other thing? Like cork stamps. I've got a stamp collection, but it's falling apart. You know, it was done when I was a little boy. Coins or anything like that. No, I honestly don't have anything of any value, really, whatsoever. Certainly not jewellery, okay? Diamonds and gold, and people come out, you know, they've got these chains around their neck, thick gold chains, and blooming every finger's got a ring on it, and I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me at all. Jewellery and diamonds and things like that. Anyway, the story goes, instead of splashing the cash, some couples decide to buy cheaper rings or craft unique rings themselves out of sentimental items for a low-budget alternative. While a lot of people have no qualms about being proposed to with a homemade trinket, and why should that worry you? You know, if you're with someone, I think, and you get them a ring and they say, "Is that it?" then they're not worth. I don't think they're worth being with. Is that what it's about? Money? If it's about, you know, what can you get out of that person, then what's the point of being with them? No, you've got to be with for love, dear, for love. Sadly, I haven't found any yet. But it might happen. You're with a girl or a bloke, you know, and you give them a ring and, oh, what's that? Where did you get that from? Nah, not worth being with them. How dare you? And if you've if you've got no money, give them I don't know, a Coke ring paw or something like that, just to show that you love them. It says, while a lot of people have no qualms about being proposed to with a homemade trinket, it seems that there's one thing many people would really hate to receive. Let it be known that the people of social media, and surely all sane people out there, draw the line at an engagement ring made from a man's fingernail clippings. It says, yes, it seems that one man really spent an entire year collecting his nail clippings to turn into a diamond ring. The whole process was shared on Twitter in a disturbing viral video by SCMP News. The South China Morning Post reported that a Japanese man who creates videos on YouTube under the name Kiwami Japan collected his fingernail clippings for 365 days and filmed the process of them being turned into a piece of jewellery. Once he had collected a sufficient amount of clippings, the man started by putting them into a blender. Oh, God. It's the same blender that he does his food in, I suppose. However, this didn't give the desired consistency. So he then ground them into a very fine powder before mixing them with water in a pan. The fourth step saw him compress the nail powder and water mixture and put it in the oven for 90 minutes. What came out of the oven can only be described as looking like a lump of dark clay. The man took the mixture and put it into a diamond-shaped mould before inserting it into a silver ring, which he also made himself. When all was done, the finished product was a ring with a dull black stone, which thankfully looked nothing like fingernails. Now, I don't know, would you be happy at wearing something like this, maybe? I mean, if you love the person enough, why not wear a piece of their anatomy? You are then carrying around that person's DNA with you. Perfect, perfect for an opportunity there. If you're doing a burglary or a murderer, you could then leave that ring somewhere with your partner's DNA on it, couldn't you? SCMP News has been watched over 189,000 times with hundreds of likes and shares. Many people were disgusted by the footage and even going as far as to brand it hell. One person commented, what the F did I just watch? Another joked, nothing says romance is quite like ground up fingernails. I wonder, do you perhaps know someone who perhaps gave someone else a ring that wasn't like from a jeweller's or somewhere like that, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to Argos and buying, I don't know, how much is a ring in Argos? 60, 70 quid, something like that. What's wrong with that? Why does it have to be something that just cost you 5,000 blooming pounds? Is it because, that's how you judge someone? The amount of money that is spent on? Nah, you can't do that. I mean, I've done it myself before. I've tried to buy people's love before. With gifts and things like that. It doesn't work. They either love you for what you are or that's it. Why you'd need to spend a fortune on that? Just go and get a Coke can or something like that. Give them that. See how you get on with that, all right? Some of your messages here coming up, gang. Colin. Oh, I'll just jump forward there. Let me just scroll back there. I can find you there. Oh, there's quite a lot of messages come through there. Oh, hang on. That's the bingo there. There's the bingo. Where is it? Back you go. I just saw a message from Colin, which I can't find now. Where's Colin gone? Colin was there a minute. There we are, Colin. Jazz hands. There we are, Colin. Jazz hands. Yeah, we did that story yesterday. Thanks very much. Oh, don't even go there, Colin. I wonder how they get on with this, right? If I went to a university, and I'll probably be booked there at some point, to do an evening of song or something like that. I could do a Barry Manilow night, something like that. And if they all went like that, I could then stand on the stage and say, you've all offended me tonight. by doing that. I want you to clap. I wonder how they'd cope with that. Because they don't like people being offended, do they, in university? So if I was to sing and they did that and I said, well, I'm offended you've done that. I'm offended by that. You didn't clap for me. How would they cope with that in university by saying something like that? Hey? Oh, dear. Yeah, Steph's bra was from China. I thought it was. Video likes are significantly correlated with higher rankings. Well, yeah, I mean, the hardest thing about doing YouTube videos is getting the word out. I struggled along with 9, 10, 11 viewers for a long time until my sister's husband mentioned it on his show, and he's got like hundreds of views. Thousands of people watch his restore videos and stuff like that. That happened, and I tripled the people watching. The hardest thing about getting people to watch your channel is getting the word out and people actually know about it. It's like I said to you last night, I was looking on the telly last night at other chat shows, trying to find stuff like this so I could watch it and see what I thought about that, perhaps talk about it on the show. And you type in live stream and all this stuff comes up at the bottom, all these vlogs and that. And I'm thinking, well, I hashtag mine vlog and British vlog and talk show, and sometimes I put over 50s there. I'm not anywhere. So how do you get on that thing so that people, oh, let's have a go at that? Once that's happened, I think once you've been on there, I think it does shoot up. I think, if I remember rightly, my brother-in-law told me this. He told me this some years ago now, where he'd suddenly had appeared somewhere, and then the viewer rates shot up, and he'd started getting hundreds and indeed thousands of people watching his little efforts there. You know, so that's the hardest thing about doing a YouTube channel. It's all very well sitting there, you know, and as I said to you before, numbers don't bother me too much. You know, 2 people, 2 million people, exactly the same to me. I wouldn't be any different. The only difference is if you did have 2 million people watching, I wouldn't be able to read out as many messages as I do. You know, even now it's difficult to read everything. As you well know, I don't read every single thing that comes up there. It's just impossible, unfortunately. And you get so far behind, and you've moved on several subjects. You literally have to just scroll down and miss some out there. But the chat box is, of course, there for you to talk to each other as well. Mega Andy also says, comments appear to be an influential ranking factor. We found that a video's comment counts strongly, correlates with higher rankings. So what do you mean, like the more comments you get, the higher the ranking? That's what it's about. You want to be, you know, when you get up YouTube and you've got all these suggestions, that's where you want to get as a suggestion. You know, as a suggested video, if you can get on one of them, and I'm not quite sure how it all happens, then I think you're laughing, you know. The other thing is, of course, with YouTube and that, it's there's lots of niche things on there, things that, you know, perhaps only a certain group of people would be on. Let's think. One of the videos that great nephew Harry likes to watch is dropping videos. People climb up things, towers. They climb up towers, and they might have something on the bottom like a glass table, okay? And they take up with them perhaps an old television set and literally drop it, okay? Now, it's not, I wouldn't really be interested in watching that, but other people are. Millions of them, actually. Millions of people watch these little videos, you know? And there's lots of niche stuff in there. There's lots of mainstream. You know, if you're streaming a football match, millions of viewers. If you're making something, perhaps out of matchsticks, then someone out there will be interested in you making something out of matchsticks. The question is, how do they find you? Because there are other people making things out of matchsticks, and they may well be before you. And you can see all these people making things out of matchsticks, yet you don't appear there. And it's working out how to get as a suggested thing on there, you know. That's the thing with the YouTube, and I think the Facebook videos as well. Actually, you know, it's getting your name out there and noticed, you know. I mean, for every one person that watches this, there's probably several hundred that have clicked on it and don't like it. You know, that's just how it is. We all like different things, don't we? Like food, you know. I like just English food, really. chips, vegetarian sausages, baked beans. I don't mind a pizza. Don't mind a chili, corn chili. I like spices now. I never used to like spices. Not Chinese spices. I don't like Chinese food at all. I don't like the smell. But that's just me. Other people love Chinese food. Same with the YouTube. You know, all these little niches you get in there. Some people will like that and they won't like that. That's the beauty of YouTube. You would never get this sort of thing on BBC One, would you? You know, that has to be mainstream to millions of people. Radio 23, that was the name of my radio station, Mike. You got a good memory, Mike. Hello to Ben. Good evening, Bowl. Yes, you missed the bingo. That was at 8 o'clock, Ben. Bingo is at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, my friend. Okay, welcome to the show. Park Nest is back in the house. Thank you very much. Is it Dixie Normus's birthday today? Is it? Is it Dixie Normus? I didn't know that. How do you know that? She's the drag queen in Cleethorpes, isn't she? In the Silhouette Bar where I did the karaoke. That was her birthday day. Happy birthday, Dixie. Have we got 50 people? 50 on the live chat. Why do you lot get more excited than me about the numbers? I don't know why that is. I'm a little bit dyslexic with numbers as well. I kind of change the order of them around sometimes. Shania would rather see your smiling face for 5 seconds more than the advert. Would you, my darling? I'm sorry. Got to pay the bills somehow. Got to pay the bills somehow, darling. All right. Amelia puts her nail clippings in the bin. Very good. Don't put them down the sink. You'll clog it up. Tea bags go in the food recycling, says Partners. Well, I don't use tea bags. I've got tea leaves. Tea leaves. At the moment, I've got PG Tips tea leaves. I've got a little pot. Oh, yes, dear. Very old-fashioned. I started getting out the pot and tea leaves when me and my mate, we started going out to afternoon teas in really lovely places and posh hotels and all that. Haven't been for one now, actually, for some time. I think we went in... Was it April? I think we went in April for my mate's birthday, and that's the last time we went now. Yeah, we do like to go for an afternoon tea. And then, of course, they're not tea bags, you know, they're proper blooming tea leaves, all sorts of different teas, and that's where I got that from. And I went out and bought a little glass teapot, first one which I broke, and started drinking proper tea, and it does taste better. I have to say, it does taste better if it's not in a bag. Plus, that bag has probably got all sorts of glue and bleach on it, hasn't it? Tea bags are good for your plants, says. Which show did you speak about your pirate radio days? I can't remember, Andy. Perhaps Mickey can help you with that one. It's probably on one of the programme summaries. You can see all my videos. Just go to youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK, where you are now. Okay? And you'll be able to find it on there like that, okay? You should have swapped the watch for a fridge magnet. They cost the same. Well, yes, of course. You can buy one of those if you want to. If you don't win a raffle, you can buy one for just £10,000. All right, my loves? You've got £100,000 worth of fridge magnets in your house. Yeah, I suppose so. Sean's got a really expensive watch. A Rolex Submariner. I don't know what that is. It was his dad's when he passed away just after Christmas. I would not sell it for the world. I'm sure you wouldn't. I'm sure you wouldn't. I got one of my dad's old coats in there because my mum and dad were never big on jewellery either. I got one of his old coats in my cupboard and I would never get rid of that. No, it's an old, like, tweedy type coat. All right. You're the YouTuber's version of Philip Schofield and the children's BBC broom cupboard. I'm sure this room is smaller than that broom cupboard was. I'm sure it is. You can't really get an idea of how big this room is, can you? You can sort of, I don't know, by that camera. It is actually very small. It's very small. Although it's not as small as the room that I do when I'm at the caravan. I've got like the spare bedroom there is our studio when we're up at the caravan on Tuesday there. My nephew's looking forward to going in a caravan while I'm on holiday in Cyprus in a few weeks' time. My nephew moves into that caravan, and my other nephew my best mate moves into the house here because I got the bigger house, you see. And I like it's like a little holiday for them when they live somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite nice for them as well. Plus, you get the place looked after if you can do that or something. I always recommend that. You know, if you're going on holiday, then if there's someone who wants to stay at your house, let them stay because then it's looked after, isn't it? Jason gave his missus a ring pull off a can of Pepsi. Yeah, you seem the sort that would do something like that, Jason. You too, I must admit. Park Nest has got an Omega Seamaster, which my dad gave to me before he passed away. One of my brothers got his Rolex. How lovely. Yeah, and you wouldn't sell that, would you? Unless you were absolutely desperate, I suppose, for the money. You wouldn't want to sell something that a parent has given to you, possibly on their deathbed. My mother, I went to Florida. I think it was 1999, maybe. I went to Florida on my own. I can't remember now. Anyway, and I bought my mum back a little chain. It wasn't of immense value, but it was just something, a little gold chain with a little green emerald. And I gave that to my mum then. And then while she was in the hospital, just a few days before I lost her, she says, I want you to look after this for me. You know, so you'd never give anything away like that, would you? Unless you absolutely. I know some people get so low on money and that, and they have no choice. Was there sometimes you hear these people who have been on the telly or places like that who have sold their awards, you know, because they simply run out of money. Because they can't work out how to spend and save and all that. I'm very good at that. I'm really good in control of my sort of accounts and finances. I know every time I'm spending. I don't know. I'm terrible buying stuff. Terrible. I just don't. I can't part with that £5. I run out of money in the supermarket before, many times. Not in Aldi. Let me tell you, you never ever run out of money in Aldi. Absolutely, you never. No, you don't. You don't. You know when you're in Sainsbury's or Tesco's or Waitrose even. Can I put something back? How embarrassing is that? I've done it. Or can I put something back? Right? Doesn't happen in Aldi. You go in Aldi with 10 quid. Right? You got 3 trolleys full of shopping. You get to the till and think, oh God, I hope I've got enough money. And as she pushes the button, £4.30, please. Huh? And you get change. You went in there not knowing if you had enough money, and you get change. I kid you not. Always works in Aldi. Rachel, money doesn't make you happy. If you've got a roof over your head, food on the table, and people who love you, you're a millionaire. That is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Really. I have no interest whatsoever in being rich, but all I want to do is know that I can always buy something to eat and put the heating on whenever I want to put it on. And do this. That's all I ask out of life. It's not too much. One of those things. Mick stick a Haribo on my finger. I'd be happy. I'm sure you would. Hold on to your messages now, boys and girls. I'll get down to the end of the messages and where do the raffle tickets. All right. So if you can just not send any messages for a little while I work through these. Things of value. Here we go. Carol and Dave. Good health. Absolutely. Family. Good health is, of course, health. If you haven't got your health, you've got nothing, have you? You've got to keep on top of things. I think the whole depression thing is talked about a lot now, isn't it? And I think one of the things with depression is that you've got to keep busy. I think you've got to keep busy. I went for a period of that some years ago. It went on for long time, years actually, years. And eventually I went to see someone, and then that was sorted out. I can't tell you what she did. All I can tell you is that she sat there and listened. She sat there and listened. And if you've got no one to listen to you, if it's on send all the time and someone's not listening, that's when you go into depression, Do you know what I mean by people on send all the time? I don't mean doing something like this, because this is a thing where you would send all the time. You know what I mean? If you're like a two-way conversation on the phone or something like that, and the other end is just on and on, and no, that kind of doesn't work. And the whole depression thing, I think, is linked to people not listening to what you've got to say. Going on Facebook and posting something like, if 10 of my friends could copy and paste to raise awareness of, what did I say? Depression. No, that's not going to work, because people see that, they flick straight over it. I tell you that now. How many people copy and paste that message? They don't. It's a complete, I don't want to see that. It's like certain people who permanently post stuff on Facebook or Twitter, and every single post is depressing. You unfollow those people. You don't necessarily unfriend them, but you don't want to see these posts all the time about unhappiness all the time, do you? We want to be happy. Let's do a happy face now. Are you doing a happy face? Good, do a happy face for me. Try and do that. So Carol and Dave, things of value, good health, family, out and about doing things, because really wealthy people don't seem very happy. Well, they don't, do they, I suppose? I don't know. Money buys you things, but it doesn't buy you happiness. It doesn't. He did boil his nail clippings, Gustav. Perhaps that could be a night downstairs at Central. Nail clipping boiling. Chatting away to each other. Let's have a look there. Oh, Gustav, looks like one of your messages has been moderated. Hello to Mark Bowles. Good evening, Mark. Am I late? Yeah, about an hour and a half, mate. No, an hour and 50 minutes. We might get to 2 hours today. Shall we try and get to 2 hours? I don't think I've ever done a 2-hour show. I've got nearly there. Not quite, though. Hello, Mark. Hope, what was it, darts or football tonight? Not sure. Hello to Hilly. Someone's just found the channel. Hello, Hilly Hill. Welcome along to the show. Whereabouts are you in the world? Welcome along. Okay. People welcoming you. 2 million raffle tickets in here. Weird City. Everyone leave a comment after the live stream. Does that? If it does something, it does something, doesn't it? That's very kind of you. When my kids watch Jack Septic Eye, what's that? Is that a YouTube channel? I must have a look. Jack Septic Eye. Is that what it's called? Hang on a minute. I've got to have a look at that. Is that all one word? Jack Septic Eye. Let's have a look. I've got to see what that is now. Oh, there's my video at the top there. Is that me there? Okay. Jack Septic. Oh, there it is. Jack Septic Eye. What's this then? Oh, it's a game thing, is it? Jack he plays games, does he? Biggest YouTuber planting 20 million trees. That's the thing I was telling you about earlier. Yeah, he's got a drone, innit? He's planting. I've got to watch that video later, perhaps when I'm downstairs. Is that War thing still on? Oh, that's on now, isn't it? On BBC One Colour, the War thing on BBC One, which I've been watching a while. Gustav, it would be amazing if you could go up to the post office tower and drop off it. You would definitely get the views, and I would definitely hit like. I'm sure you would. My great nephew Harry would love that. He loves those dropping videos. He'd laugh his head off, Harry. He would absolutely laugh his head off. Keywords. I've got to use keywords. I still don't know what you mean by that. I'll have to have another lesson at Martin's house during the week. What are we doing? Should we do Skegness this week, sis? We haven't been for a while. Do you fancy Skegness? I'll buy you dinner in Skegness this week if you want. We haven't been to the Trawler's Catch for a while, have we? Thank you, Paul Jordan, who says it's a great channel. I'm glad you enjoy the show, Paul. Usually we're here at some time in the morning. It's only Sunday night we do this, okay? Just a reminder, if you're joining us, we do play bingo every Sunday night now, 8 o'clock. If you want to play bingo, you have to register before Sunday. I would recommend you send an email now to that address, and I will add you into the system for next week's bingo, which will be at 8 o'clock. The show might start at 7:30, 7 o'clock even, but the bingo is at 8 o'clock, okay? And this is the prize. I mention this again because I've got with new people. There's the prize. That's the bingo prize at the moment. There's only 8 of these left now, okay? 1 a week. And I think we're going to order some pens so you can do some more bingo, all right, as well as this. Can you read tea leaves? No. I can't read tea leaves. Colin, some tea bags contain plastic. Yes, I saw this somewhere. I saw that on the internet somewhere. Some tea bags do indeed contain plastic, don't they? And the glue, of course, because they have to stick it together, don't they? But I heard the bloke on the radio talking about that. I'm glad to see the F1 has finished. Just hold on to your messages, gang. I'm going to go get to the bottom of those and we'll do the raffle tickets for tomorrow. Okay, did you remember about the clock changing earlier, Chris? Well, I mean, is it done? Of course I did. No problems here. So a lot of my clocks are automatic here. They're those radio ones. That one isn't. I love that clock. Don't you love that? I got that off eBay. On normal brand new price is about 160 quid. I didn't pay that. It was second hand. But it looked new to me. I hope it's not nicked. Did you get nicked? I suppose you must get nicked stuff on eBay, must you? It's a lovely clock. There's not a scratch on it. I find it hard to believe that it's second hand, to be honest. I don't know where it came from. I hope it's not nicked. Anyway, I got it off eBay, so I've got my receipt and everything. Jason, your nephew will be testing that bed while you're away. No, he bloody well won't. I told him. If he has his girlfriend round there, they're to go on the settee. You're not getting in my bed. No, thank you. Rachel's got her granddad's old violin. A Jacoba Steiner. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't matter. It's your granddad's. How lovely. How lovely to have something like that. Simon, I have my granddad's old vintage toy cars that he used to buy, and they're still in boxes. Could be worth something, but I'm not going to sell them. Lovely. Lovely to have little cars like that. That's the sort of thing that my brother-in-law restores. Metal things. Actually, that's plastic. That is. He would take like a completely rusted little metal car and restore it to brand new. I had a load of those little cars in a big box, and when I was in contact with my son, many years ago now, when he was just a few years old, I just took the box round there and said, "There you go, have my cars." I don't know if he's still got them or not. Hello to Marc Jones. Hello, Mark. We were talking about you earlier, Mark, right at the beginning of the show. Hope you're well, Mark. Scrolling down there. Where are we? Not looking for... Yes, I said, don't worry about slimming weight. If you put on a bit of weight, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can lose it next week. Get back on it. Don't come off it just because you put on a bit of weight. Carry on, my dear. Don't worry if you've lost a bit. Everyone puts on a little bit of weight at Slimming World now and again. It's just one of those things, okay? Just one of those things. Don't worry too. Don't beat yourself up about it. A very good evening to Roy Brownlow. Evening, Roy. Gustav, sometimes it does feel like a 2-hour show. How rude. Hilly's from the East Midlands. Okay. Well, welcome along. As I say, I don't think I'm too far from you. I've got a caravan in Lincolnshire. Quite near Boston, not too far away from Boston. That's where my caravan is. I am actually down here in Berkshire. I do shows from the caravan as well. You can always tell where I am. It's at the top there. Like today, I'm Berkshire today, and it comes up in Lincolnshire when I'm up there. All right, and plus there's a different thing at the back there. Roy says it takes 2 hours to get over his shows. Fun things to do with tech. Love Skegness. Fun things. You were mentioning something earlier about bingo. You sent an email or something, did you? And it didn't come? You're not Mega Andy, are you? Did you send me an email that didn't get here? Would you like to try again and see if it works now? Because I've got emails from lots of other people just... I think you were saying something about that earlier. So if you want to just elaborate on that a little bit so I can understand what's going on there, my friend. All right. Okay. Let's have a look here. News. Manilo's looking bored tonight, is he? Well, it's a show. Are you bored tonight then, Roy? Well, go. Just go. You won't be missed here, my friend. No one's interested. Go if you're bored. How rude. Rude. Any news on the station bar? What? No, bar. You want a tour of the bar? No, I'm not going to do a tour of the bar. Why would you want to see a tour of the bar? No, I'm too busy there. I get there and I've got just enough time to set up and do the job. As soon as I finish, I leave again. So no, there won't be a tour of the bar, I'm afraid. Hello to Stephen P. Welcome to the show. I thought you were broadcasting from Narnia. No, but I'd like to be there sometimes. I'm sure Narnia is a better place for most people than they are here. All right. Okey-doke. The bingo will be tomorrow morning. Not the bingo. The raffle will be tomorrow morning. You can win one of those. Okay? You can win one of those tomorrow at the raffle. The raffle will be between 9 and 10 o'clock, only on this channel. All right? You need a raffle ticket, though, if you're going to win. You can claim a raffle ticket for every show that we do. And you can claim your raffle tickets right up to the end of today's show by email. I beg your pardon. Right up to the beginning of the next show by email. So if you're watching a recording, you can still claim a ticket. Just email me at that email address and say raffle ticket. I will reply to your email with your raffle ticket number. Remember, only one ticket per show by one method. So if you're getting one on the live, don't email me in for another raffle ticket, okay? Because then I'll ban you from raffle, because it has to be fair to everyone else. No one should have an opportunity more than anyone else, all right? So I'm quite strict on that, my darlings. So here we go. If you want a raffle ticket, please speak now, and I will tell you what your raffle ticket number is. Let's go. Where's the first one there? Okay, JJ. JJ, thank you. 624 for JJ's Motors. Christ, you've been with us all night, haven't you? JJ's Motors. Thanks very much for staying the whole trip today. Gustav, ticket number 625. Gustav, 625. 626 for Mr. Jason Hughes. 627 for Roy Brownlow. 628 for Martin. 629 for Mega Andy's asking something. Mega Andy. Yes, you've just been asked to enrol on the bingo, Andy. I've just got that now. Yes, you've just sent that now. 41 minutes ago. Is that the one? Is that what you mean there? Is that what you mean there, Mega Andy? I think that's what you mean there, is it? Okay. Where are we now? Let's go back to the tickets. Weird City Citizen. Thank you very much. Weird City is 629. Thank you, sir. Scrolling down a touch or two. Trouble is, when you hit that bottom arrow, it jumps right the way down, doesn't it? Tony King, thank you, Tony. 630. Raffle tomorrow morning, gang, between 9 and 10, okay? 631 for Ian Dace. 632 for Steph. All right, darling. 633 for Mick Davenport. MP Dodsworth, 634. Mick, did I say 63? I think I might have given you a wrong number there. 633, Mick, you're 633 there, okay? 634 for MP Dodsworth. 635, lovely Amelia, who's just been with us a few days now. I hope you're enjoying a little bit of fun, Amelia. All right, darling. Amelia. Lee Toby. Hello, Lee. You're sitting there quietly as well, aren't you? Lots of people sit there very quietly. Lee Toby is 641. Down we go. Fran Green, 642. Diane Jeb, 643. 644, Colin K. 645, Simon Gilman. Right, Simon Gilman. Joey Millen, 646. Mega Andy, thank you, 647. 648, Virginia Gonzalez, another lady who sits there very quietly on the side, don't you, Virginia? Hope you're well, my love. All right. Gary Elkington, hello, Gary. It's funny, actually, you know, when you're giving out the tickets, that's when everyone suddenly realise that everyone's who's there. Because a lot of people just are quite happy to sort of sit there and watch what's going on than they don't join in. It's the same as radio stations, you know. The amount of callers that go into a radio station is a lot more people just do not ring in radio stations. I know that because I used to work in one in London, Liberty Radio, years ago, 1999 to 2000, overnight there. And you got very few calls in, actually. And then people would say, oh, yeah, we like the show. Oh, were you listening? Yeah, but we didn't want to call in. Most people won't do anything like that unless there's sort of a competition, which is fine. You know, people just sit there and happily watch. I don't think I'd ever call in a radio station. I don't think I have. Oh, maybe a couple of times. But yeah, I'm just quite happy to sit there and listen or watch, you know. I don't even vote, you know, like X Factor, and I don't watch that anymore. I don't even pick up the phone and vote for anything. No, I don't. No. 6:50 for... There's my sister, Sharon. All right, sis. 6:50. 651. Rachel, let me know when you get your badge. Oh, yeah, these are the badges. Yeah, these are only available on Super Chat. If you send a Super Chat, then I'll put one of those in the post with our latest photograph. Me in front of a black taxi, okay? So that's anyone who sends a Super Chat, which is the little dollar thing there, that's what you get if you send a Super Chat, all right? Any amount. 651, Christopher Davis. All right, Chris. 652 for Paul Jordan. Hello, Paul. Welcome, Jordan. Raffle tomorrow morning, gang, between 9 and 10, okay? Somewhere, that doesn't mean it's between 9, somewhere between 9 and 10 will be the raffle, okay? Make sure you've got that notification switched on so you know. Just as a matter of interest, if you're not on my Facebook, okay, some of you are, some of you aren't, I do put a little link up there saying something like today's show starts in 10 minutes or something like that. I do always put that up on my Facebook a little while before I start. So if you want to join us on Facebook as well, it's facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. So the same name as the YouTube, all right? Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. Mega Andy, the email before that one. Let me look for you. Bin. Okay, let's try bin. The one with the ticket for last night. Is that what you mean? Yes. Yes, you got a ticket last night, which I replied to. Can't remember where now. Can't remember where I put the reply. I don't know what number you got now. It's gone in there now. So yes, you got one in for yesterday as well. All right. Let's have a look there. Is that everyone? Is that everyone? Anyone else? Anyone else? What number was it? What number was what, darling? What, the ticket you got earlier? I don't know now. That's gone now. I read them out and I put them in the bucket. That's it. I can't look, I'm afraid. There's too many in there. DJ Roy Brownlow wore one of our badges and someone says it's racist. Tell them to get off on one. That's not a racist thing at all. It's the flag of the United Kingdom. That's what it is. Nothing to do with being racist. Shania, there's Shania. Shania, 653 for Shania. Thank you, Shania. Well, I don't know why, Mega. I don't know why. You got a ticket in there somewhere. I bet Chris has a ticket. Has a ticket. There we are. Is that everyone? Shania? Okay. Sean Pye. There we are. Sean. 654 for you, Sean. Carol and Dave. 655. I see I've missed people out there, haven't I? Got Ian's. Got that. Bum. Okay. Right. Let's have a look there. Is that everyone? No, I can't have a look, Amelia. Sorry, darling. Have you seen them all in here? I'm not going for all those now, looking for your ticket. Should have paid full attention, dear. All right. There we go. I think that's everyone's tickets. Have I missed anyone else? Speak now or forever hold their tongue. Don't say you haven't got one when you have got one. I will consider that a cheat and you will be removed from the system. So anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Good. All righty. Just a reminder, gang, if you're watching a recording of the show, then do remember to email me in your request for a raffle ticket, and I will reply to your email with a thing. Although Andy didn't get his reply for some reason. I don't know what number your ticket is now, Meg. Yes, I do. Look at it. It's right on the... No, that's another one. 547. That was another one, wasn't it, you got the other day? It'd be a 600 and something one, won't it? Somewhere, I don't know. Is it on the top? No, it's not on the top. This could be it. Hang on. 623, was that today's one? Can't remember now. I can't look for them all. Just take forever to get on there, all right. Did you win at the bingo? I don't know. Watch the show back, Roy, and you can see, dear. All right. Now, we'll do one more story then, boys and girls, and then we'll disappear. It's time for my dinner anyway. We've got coffee drinking. Who drinks coffee? Anyone? Not me. I don't like coffee. I love the smell. There used to be this little coffee shop in Kingston. When we used to go shopping in Kingston, we, as children, with mum and dad, we used to walk past this shop, and it had like a vent outside, and coming out of this vent was all the steam from the coffee shop. And it was the most lovely smell. It was a really, really nice smell. But I can't bear the taste. It's bitter. Oh, it's horrible coffee. My mum used to drink coffee. But the smell coming out of this shop was absolutely delicious. But I've never liked coffee. I've tried it a few times. The last time I had coffee, I was in Las Vegas, actually, with my nephew. We went out for breakfast. And we had these Subway vouchers. So we walked down the Las Vegas, the main road there. Come out of a hotel, the Excalibur Hotel. There's actually some Las Vegas videos of when we were on holiday on my YouTube channel. Type in Chris Reardon Las Vegas and you should find them on there. There's me and my nephew there from this time last year it was. Anyway, so we went to this Subway place and they didn't have any tea. Just coffee. And it was either that or like a bottle of water or a fizzy drink. I couldn't be drinking fizzy drink first thing in the morning. Steph is saying coffee is always too bitter for her as well. Look, Tony King, coffee is wrong, tea all the way. There we are. Look. Rachel loves a latte. MP Dodsworth, Costa crap. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just don't drink it. Shania likes the smell, but not the taste as well. Fun things to do with tech. In winter, I drink 5 cups of coffee. Oh, no. 4 cups. 4 cups a day? 5 cups a day? Christ, look at you all addicted to coffee, aren't you? All addicted to coffee there. Fran, Bailey's. Oh, come on, Fran. That's not coffee, is it? Well, I mean, it is, but it's not like breakfast coffee, is it? Anyway, so we've gone in this Subway. And I said, well, I'll have a coffee then. So I got this coffee, and it was just vile. It was so bitter. And my nephew says, why don't you put some sugar in it? I can't think of anything worse putting sugar in a drink. I don't have sugar in the tea. Used to, and somehow we managed to get off the sugar, and that's just how it was. Lancashire Biker, hello to you. You just asked for a raffle ticket, and I'll give you one. So here it is, 656 for you, sir. Okay? Raffles tomorrow morning, somewhere between 9 and 10 during the show, okay? 6564 Lancashire. Oh, we've got a biker on there. I've never, ever been on a motorbike. Do you know that? Never. Not even a little fizzy. Oh, there was some girl on one yesterday going up and down the road. Bloody noisy thing that was. Lancashire Biker. I've never, ever been on a motorbike, believe it or not. 656, there you go. Okay. Fun things. My life likes Bailey's coffee. Christopher Davis can't drink coffee. It gives him the runs. Oh, Chris, no. It's Costa Bailey's latte. Oh, is it? Is that something they do in the shop there, is it? Okay. Anyway, yeah, the smell that used to come out of that place was absolutely delicious. Anyway, so I had this coffee in Subway, and I had to finish it though, because I'd bought it. That's what I said to you, but I can't stand food or anything like that which you've paid for being wasted. Can't bear it. And that goes along with coffee. So I drank this coffee. It was vile. And I think we stopped at a Starbucks earlier on. All right. Someone asking for a raffle ticket there. Oh, the name hasn't come up. Let me see if I recognise that number. I don't. Well, let's see who that is. Someone wants a bingo ticket there. You can always text in as well. But don't use the... if you can type on here, it's pointless sending a text, you know. Don't get read out any quicker. 657 goes to... 1 minute now. Come on, where are you now? Maureen. Maureen, 65... Oh, sorry. Not 652. What did I say? 657 for Maureen. Maureen. 657 for you. She enjoyed watching the bingo show. She's been with us all night as well. Maureen's been watching the bingo show. Excellent. Excellent. By the way, if you've never sent a text before, okay, can you put your name on there as well? Because I don't know who you are. It just comes through as a number. And I wouldn't read people's numbers out. So, for example, someone, the Philip Schofield thing, who was that now? Oh, it's scuba diving. Simon, I haven't put you. Oh, there it is, Simon. Why is that name didn't come up until the end there? How strange. Simon, thank you, Simon, for that. Okay. Anyway, in the Daily Mirror this morning, some people can't start a day without coffee. By the look of it, quite a few of you there. A lot of people might change their coffee habits for good after hearing this. For most of us who can't afford a coffee shop like Monster Machine to use whole bean. Have you seen those machines? Great big, and they're hundreds of pounds, some of these machines. Hundreds of pounds. Anyway, a lot of people might change their coffee habit. We often reach for big tins and jars of pre-ground coffee beans to keep us going for a couple of weeks at last. Now, my mum didn't have one. No one had those machines in the sort of 70s and 80s. Very, very few people had those machines. You just bought coffee in a jar, and it was coffee. You know, there's no Starbucks or anything like that. If you went out and you wanted a coffee, you'd say, I'll have a coffee. All these lattes and this, that and the other, caramel surprise and cream, that didn't exist. You just went in and said, can I have a coffee, please? You can't do that in Starbucks anymore. Oh, what one do you want? Well, I just want a coffee. Would you want a flat white? Well, what's that? I'm just imagining a flat white is a normal coffee with a bit of milk in it. That's what I assume. Okay? I don't actually know. All these different things up there. I suppose it's better in a way, because they have a lot of calories in some of those coffees now. You know, one of those coffees with the cream on top and all this, that and the other, right? A lot of those contain more calories than a full roast dinner at the Toby Carvery. Which are very good value, may I say. It says a few people oddly develop an allergic reaction to this widely consumed type of coffee. This is the stuff already crushed up, you know, and in a jar. Same, I suppose, as what my mum used to wear. You remember those excellent adverts. Was it for Nescafe Gold Blend with a couple? And it went on for years. It was great. Sucks for them, but innocent enough, right? It says, wrong. The reason they start to experience this allergy will make your skin crawl. Do you drink coffee out of a jar? That's because if you're drinking coffee made from pre-ground beans, there's also, this is in the Daily Mirror, a pretty high chance you're swigging down ground up cockroaches. I don't like them. Those little antenna dear. Oh, the vile things. Oh, I've got shivers up my back now just thinking about those damn things. Horrible cockroaches. A doctor described University of Montana biologist first split the beans on the gross finding in 2009 interview about his research into dung beetles, as reported by the news.com in Australia. A doctor described how, as a student, he drove across the country with his professor, who was fiercely addicted to caffeine, and often made them drive up to 45 minutes off route to find somewhere that served whole bean fresh ground coffee. I remember giving him a really hard time because we were wasting a lot of travel time trying to feed his addiction because he needed a coffee every couple of hours, said Dr. Emelin. And he finally explained to me he had to drink only whole bean fresh ground coffee, and it was because of cockroaches. After years of teaching entomology, the study of insects and their relationships with humans, the professor became badly allergic to cockroaches from handling them so often. He couldn't touch a cockroach without getting a reaction and suffered similarly when he drank coffee made from pre-ground beans. Now, when the professor looked into this, he found that pre-ground coffee is all processed from huge stockpiles which get infested with cockroaches. Oh. When the professor explained that little can be done to filter out the creatures, so they all get ground up along with the beans. And it says, are you feeling ill yet? Here's a little more. The doctor said at the time, US defect standards allowed coffee beans to contain as much as 10% insect filth and insect. So, God. That's just awful, isn't it? So, next time you're having a cup of coffee... Hang on a second. Let me just click something there. Next time you're having a cup of coffee, think of that, boys and girls. You're probably also drinking some ground up cockroaches and the mess that comes out of them. How awful. All right. Oh, I'm at position 3 for live vlog. Am I? Is that on the main page? Oh, that's good, isn't it? But nowhere for live or live now. So I've got to put those in there as well. I can't remember. Hang on, I can look that up, can't I? I can look up what I put in there today. Can you see what tags I put? I think I put about... Did I just put one tag in there today? I can't remember now. Let's have a look. I put in live vlog, like hashtag live vlog, hashtag live now, and hashtag live stream. Maybe it only sees the first tag. What do you reckon, Martin? Maybe it only sees the first tag. I don't know. Don't know how that works there. Thank you for looking at that. You know more than me. You've been doing it for so long now that I mean I've been doing it longer, but you looked right into it. I just literally, when I started doing these YouTube, I just literally turned the thing on and started doing it. I get trying to look for things and discover how to do things. Sometimes I find quite difficult. I was never able really at school to learn. I can read, but I couldn't learn from a book. I'd need to be shown something, And so you know more than me. So thank you very much. Perhaps we'll have a little chat about that. Roy Brownlow, I've been to sleep twice now and Chris is still talking. Well, it just goes to show you that this programme isn't boring enough, as you've said before, to send you to sleep. Are you at home or in the caravan? At the house today, Sam. At the house in Berkshire today, my friend. All right. Dartford Prison. How rude. Where are we going now? Those were the ones you put in. Yes, yeah. Oh, it sees all three, but I've only come up on that screen. You can tell me during the week. Tell me during the week because it's a bit much to kind of take in while I'm trying to chat as well at the same time. David, hello, David in Hemel. Welcome to the show. Your message hasn't come up for some reason there, David. It says message not available for some reason. Okay. Got my number now, Chris, because you strolled back on your live video. Got your number. We need numbers. We need numbers. What do you think is in tea leaves? The same, I suppose, Fran, to be honest. I suppose, yeah. I mean, I suppose that's all crushed up in there as well then, isn't it? All right. Can I have a birthday shout out for the 10th of January? No. It looks the same as in the caravan. No, it doesn't. It's completely different in here. Have a look at the go on my channel and look, and you'll see they do look different. Okay, that's the idea of it. They do look very different there. All right, gang. Let's do today's birthdays. Happy birthday on this Sunday, the 27th of October 2019, to Chris Cross. You can often see him at the karaoke nights, boys and girls. Chris Cross, he sings very depressing ballads. And I keep telling him not to sing depressing ballads, but no one listens to me. No one ever listens. So happy birthday to Chris Cross today. I think he's 50. I can't remember if he's a bit behind me or a bit ahead. I think he's a bit ahead of me, so I'm thinking he's 57. Happy birthday to Crisscross. John Regan Miles today is 54 years old. Happy birthday, John. Ashley. Ashley Jones. Good morning. Good evening, Ashley. 28 years old today. Happy birthday, Ashley. David Blundell today is 33 years old. Happy birthday, David. Jamie Jackson. Afternoon. 35 years old today. Kat L. Kachagia, I think it is. Happy birthday to you. And finally, Abdullah Al. It's his birthday as well, and a lovely picture of him and his little boy. So happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my darlings. All right, happy birthday. Not yet, Jason, you're far too early. Manilo needs flipping over 2 pages. Why is that then? It's not December yet, is it? All right, gang, thanks ever so much for joining us on the show. Do join us tomorrow for the raffle draw, which will take place at some time between 9 and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, okay? Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I'm going to go do some dinner now. Feeling a little bit peckish and watch some telly. Have a nice evening. Thanks very much for watching and listening, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye now.